Welcome once again to 2014's SFTV, Super Fridayz TV. And we have a new set of panelists. We have Adam, Bamo, Maddison,
Adam!
and then we also have
Big Mac!
Stop talking! And we also have Hope. Welcome back, Hope. All right.
And welcome back, Bernard.
Thank you. Now, before we continue, Hope, what happened to your arm?
Whoa. So, one of our new hosts, Daniel, decided to be really strong, and I decided to be really stupid, and I ran into him, and I dislocated my shoulder.
So that happened today. So, but you're
and
feeling
we're
better,
still
right?
trooping.
Okay. Yeah. Some of us have gone to summer camp. Some have gone to, what are they called? SWATs.
What?
Week of prayers. And like we go on that spiritual high, and then we come back and we want to keep that going. So today we got these guys coming to share with us ways in which, you know, we can keep that momentum going. So over to you guys. What do you reckon?
Tell him, Adam.
Well, as you can see, we came back from Super Camp.
Why are you whispering for? I can barely hear you.
Speak up. I don't want to speak anymore. Okay, what's the question?
What do you think kept the momentum going?
Well, after Super Camp, you know, what kind of kept me going is I was encouraged to read the Bible more often. What is also encouraging me is the next Super Camp coming up, so just to be ready for that as well.
How about the girls? How do you think it'd be a good way to keep the momentum going from summer camp?
Well, for me, I think like this summer camp, I loved it, but I didn't really get that spiritual connection, which is actually really different for me from previous years, because previous years I've been like, oh yes, like Jesus, yeah, like fully pumped, and then I come back and then I go down. But this year's been really different for me because...
How so?
Well, because I like the music and everything, and the speaker, I was like, yeah, during, but I wasn't really feeling it apart from that. Like it was just sort of a really good time that I had. And so I came back a little disappointed where I was like that was really fun, but I don't really feel like that brought me any closer to God. And last year was a bit of a year of my spiritual life was a bit dead. Mm-hmm. So this year has been really interesting where I came back and I was like, fun, but whatever.
Yeah.
But then I think this year it's been the connections that I've made with other people that have really kept me going, and it's actually been the journey after Super Camp this time, which is really different for me.
Okay, so who are the people you're talking about?
Well, Adam and Daniel, we call each other every night.
And how do you think that's kind of helped you in your journey, kind of thing?
You know, I really like this idea because, at my church we were studying small groups and stuff like that, and I never really thought of this as a small group until then, because it was like, you know, usually you think of a small group like, oh, okay, let's all get together, we'll open the Bible, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But, you know, we just call each other up, we just talk about our day, like making jokes about anything, nothing, whatever, and then we just pray about it at the end. And like if, you know, stuff's happening, share with each other, keep each other accountable for stuff like that, sending texts and explaining texts and how we feel about it, and sort of what gets to us in those texts, sort of thing.
Oh, it's just like scripture, like you're reading scripture and then kind of trying to understand what it means and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's been the connections that I've made with other people and coming to Super Fridayz and stuff like that has been sort of the thing that's sort of kept me going.
Yeah.
So,
okay, awesome, thanks. What's up, you gotta go check with your sister?
Anyway, just a touch on that is my name. Like, I guess for the programs that have been coming up after camp. So like you got Super Fridayz, you got the new J House that's been running.
Yeah, man.
Week of prayer that's been going on. You know, it's just like it's good. Usually me it's just been every Saturday church. But now you got your Friday night programs and also Saturday night programs where you can just get together with other kids your age.
Yeah. And how do you think like when they come and talk about programs, how much of it for you is a social thing and how much of it for you is like a spiritual kind of thing?
I guess I feel more spiritually blessed. Just being around people my age and hearing the message from a youth point of view.
Yeah.
So, for instance, just like a few weeks ago, live at the chapel, and
that was good times, man. That was good times. That was good.
Apparently the music was really good.
Yeah, man. The bass player and the drummer, they really had something going on.
They talk about him.
I heard a lot of people saying awesome things about it.
But even Leela's message as well. Like,
man.
coming from a young person's point of view, like it's nice to see that they understand what we're going through and all that. Like the way that our upbringing, it's much different compared to the older upbringing and that. So
Okay, awesome. Okay, Rachel, question for you. From summer camp, has it been a struggle? Has it been good? Has it been great? Why?
After summer camp, because I went for the 2 weeks, I worked, I was myself. I was staff, so then I got to like be behind the scenes for it, so it wasn't actually, like I'm like, I won't be experiencing what the kids would experience, but then going there and actually like helping run it was absolutely amazing because I was in the drama team. I got to be a part of that I got to be a part of the connection, so I got to be, I don't know how to explain it.
So you got to serve, and then be served, and then serve.
I got to be the server this time, which was really, really cool. And then going and being served the next week was just like 10 times better because I came already on a high, and so it was just 10 times better because you were up there, and you just kept going up. Like it was really, cool.
So in the spirit of momentum and trying to keep that up there. Because I'm saying, I'll be thinking like twice as much. It's like you're like doubly high, you're like extremely high. So that means that you kind of have the danger of going and crashing down and feeling absolutely nothing after that. How have you kind of gone through that? And if you have gone through it, because you might not be the only one. How have you been able to cope?
Because this year, everything, I've seen my friends from summer camp for every weekend since summer camp. Because all these new programs, which is actually, it's crazy. It's so cool. Like, we'd be able to all go, and then I got so excited for the weekend because I'm like, I gotta go see my friends. It's my church friends, like summer camp. Everything's gonna be so sick. Like the weekends are so good because it's like reuniting every week, and it's mad. It's not like every month now. It's like every weekend we have something on.
Does it continue to grow your community? Because in a way, all the people who came to summer camp experienced a very similar thing, not the same thing because everyone takes it as their own, but you all went through the same process. And so I guess now meeting up afterwards, because you've been through that same process, you've built a community. And does that help every time you go and see people every week, you're just re-establishing that community, and then does it bring back what summer camp brought back, and that's how you keep the momentum, or is it something different?
It's exactly what you said,
the momentum increases. It's mad having something on every single week.
Yeah.
I think March was hectic. Every single weekend was something on, and just being able to be what's the word? Involved, and not be doing nothing on a weekend. Yeah. Just kind of keeps me motivated and.
Okay, in your honest opinion, and this is kind of it might be a bit of a sad question, but have you seen friends of yours in your community that have kind of crashed from that spiritual high and have kind of and not feeling it?
Are you talking about specifically people from summer camp? Or
from summer camp, from a week of prayer, from where you've experienced someone on a spiritual high, or you've journeyed with them, and then you've kept that high because of the stuff that you're talking about where you're still in contact. But then have you seen other people who haven't and then just lost it and said, man, it was just a good time at summer camp?
Yeah, and that's really hard watching that as well, because it's oh no, is this what's coming for me? Is this where I'm headed, sort of thing? And so then it's sort of I want to try and keep this spiritual high for myself, and I also want to encourage this person as well to be able to keep their connection with God and stuff like that.
So back to the question of you seeing friends who may not have that support network that you've established amongst yourselves, which I think is great, because I remember when I was back in summer camp. No, I was never in summer camp, but even when I was going through my what are they called? North to South Wales big camp journeys, and I was like, yes, I'm going to change my life. Yeah, spiritual highs. Then you got to do that by yourself. It's so hard. It's such a struggle. And then you find yourself back rock bottom in the same place that you wish you weren't before, if not worse, because you think, okay, I failed twice, This is the third year I'm doing big camp, and it's still not happening. This time I can definitely see in a lot of our youngsters that there is a change. Things are different. There's more intentionality of wanting to seek God. What would you say to encourage your friends and the other guys out there who are still who were in my situation where I was nope, failed second time, I've crashed, spiritual highs over, and now I'm back into the world again? What would you say?
Making friends, because going to summer camp, you come home, you got friends, and then it just dies again. But then when you make those connections, when you make really strong connections with people from things, it just keeps going. Like it just keeps going, and then they encourage you, and so it's like back and forth encouragement. Because like with like my friends from summer camp, like Adam sends me a Bible text like every morning.
Hey man, that's good. That's
like
good.
and then it's like
Thanks
okay, and you
thanks for the
start
ones
the
you sent
day.
me.
What's up, man?
Okay, for one, you've got to understand, man, it doesn't stop. You know, the struggles will continue to
Yeah.
get there. And so, to have Adam, like, send you a Bible text and stuff.
Yeah, and just starts your day off with God, which is really cool because like you wake up and the first thing like you've got is like something like with God. Like it's really, really cool because then, so you start your day and I like summer day and I'll be thinking about that and then it's really, really cool having like friends to help you and support you through your journey.
I think that downs, like the lows in our spiritual journey, I mean, that's a part of life. That's going to happen whether you like it or not. And I also think that they're really important because we learn from them. And while you're in it, it feels like a bad thing. But afterwards you look back and you're like, you know, that just made me stronger. And I sort of see it a bit like a heart monitor. Yeah. So it's like, I mean.
Nice. That's good. Do your thing, girl.
It was the theme song over here. Yeah, so I mean, the ups and downs on a heartbeat monitor, that shows that you're alive. If you're on one level.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
we've got like Is that a metaphor? Without being
That's a good one.
That's a real good metaphor, man.
Let's close in prayer. Thanks for the sermon
Sorry,
there, Pastor
let's
Maddison.
keep that
ECG going.
It's good. I like that. And that's why I think it's such an awesome thing because like you said, Maddie, with youngsters saying now, what are some things that I can do for myself? What are some things that I can do to journey in my in my own way? And like keeping your spirituality and keeping your journey. That is so awesome to hear from young people. Because I remember when I was a bit younger, it was all about, I heard young people saying, oh, what is the church doing for me?
Yeah.
What is the church putting in place so I can be like spiritually fed? And what are they doing for me? But now it's like you completely flip the script and it's like, no, I'm taking responsibility. I'm taking my spiritual life into my own hands, and I want to grow. And I want to do this by having a network of friends. I want to do this by reading the Word every day and closing the day, opening the day with prayer. And I think that's amazing. And that's what keeps my momentum going as well, is seeing the change and I guess seeing God move in young people as well. Okay, so that wraps up our first episode of SFTV for 2014. Thank you for watching. Ready? If you have any comments, leave the comments at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, that works.
Is it? And just post it.
Not up, it's down. Post the comment.
Just do that.
And
that's
thank
great.
you. See you at Super Fridayz.
Subscribe.